I haven't shared this with anyone, and I don't know if I should. But before coming to Shanti, I used to wash dishes at someone's house. If it weren't for Shanti, I would probably still be working at someone else's house. No one at home knew that I used to wash dishes. My daughter, my husband, I didn't tell anyone. I lived in a village as a child, and the country's situation at that time was very bad. Maoists used to come to our house and take us away. We had to walk for roughly half an hour to an hour just to get water in our village. But we felt really scared just walking to that place. They would even come to our school to take us away, sometimes even to our houses. I was the eldest of all my siblings, with a younger brother and a sister who were not at risk because they were young. So my mother asked me to leave the village. I was just 13 but looked older. So my mother wanted me to go. She suggested that I go to my maternal uncle, Mama, who was staying at Shanti Sewa at that time. Every day, we got such good food, every single day, that I would cry just looking at it. I would wonder what my mother would have eaten. My siblings, I would cry every day. And I didn't like eating. I didn't feel right that I was here and they were going hungry in the village. When I met Marianne ma'am, she told me that I should do some work instead of just sticking to my grandmother. I still remember vividly, and I'll never forget that moment. She held my hand and took me to a lady who was knitting, sat me down next to her, and asked me to learn the craft. And that's the day I started knitting.
यहाँ रहो कुछ सीखो और उस दिन से मैंने स्टार्ट किया था knitting. It
was our ma'am's dream to bring Waldorf education here in Nepal. So we hired a teacher who is now a mentor at our school. They encouraged me to join the kindergarten to contribute more to Shanti and expand my skills by teaching the children, as I had already worked there for almost 20 years. I was encouraged to do more, not just knitting, as I was already good at it. So I then went to the kindergarten section and got going with the kids there. During the earthquake, my house too was destroyed. Marianne ma'am told me that they rescued many people from Sindhupal Chowk and brought them to the Bodhanath Center. So she had asked me to go there, teach them something, knitting, for example. They didn't want to come, but I encouraged them. Only 2 women turned up on the first day, and I taught knitting just to them. Then slowly, after a few days, others joined in as well and began to put the earthquake behind them. Within a few days, 2 women turned to 10, and soon the group grew to around 50, 60 women. They got the hang of it. They were all healing themselves, knitting for themselves, their children. They began putting the trauma behind them. Ma'am told all of them to knit for their children and she will pay. When they finished knitting something, ma'am always paid 1,000 rupees for one cap that usually cost just 25 to 30 rupees in Nepal. Women in the group got so excited when they got paid. There was one woman, Ayang Lamo, she would earn up to 40,000 rupees in 1 month.
Thank you, ma'am.
When I got married, I was only 19, and my daughter was born within 2 years. She stayed here, went to the kindergarten, and grew up here. Ma'am even took care of her personal and educational needs. Today, she is 30 years old.
और अब वो 30 साल की हो गई है. जब वो स्कूल लेवल.
After she graduated from school, she wanted to pursue medicine and wanted to become either a nurse or a lab technician. But we couldn't afford the fees.
और हम अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते थे.
मैं लैब टेक्नोलॉजी पढ़ने चाहती थी.
I wanted to study lab technology, but my parents couldn't afford the fee. Marianne ma'am spoke to my mother and said that she will sponsor my education. I was so happy.
Kanchan has become our laboratory assistant, and she gets involved in helping with all kinds of necessary jobs that we find. So this is a family that really contributes to Shanti, and we love them dearly.
Without Shanti, I can't even imagine what my life would have been like.
उन्होंने बचपन से देखा है बहुत struggle.
Since childhood, I have seen my mother struggling, and it is only from her that I'm sorry. Can I take a tissue paper?
मैं जो भी हूँ इधर उनकी वजह से हूँ.
Whatever I am today, wherever I am, it is because of my mother. She has done so much for me, and I'm so proud that she is working here at Shanti. I love her a lot. Everything here, it is all because of her. And Marianne ma'am also. She has helped me a lot. She is like a godmother to us.
Even today, you listen to a fairy tales where fairy godmothers appear and grants all the wishes. I feel that Mariana ma'am is my fairy godmother because as soon as I enter the gates of Shanti, I feel like I am in a different world, something like heaven. It's like she's standing tall, watching over everyone and granting wishes. This is how I feel every day. Whether she's here or away, I feel like she's right here with me and watching over everything and taking care of everyone's needs. She asks each person here how they are doing. Even when I don't share what is bothering me and I have a smile on my face, she will still know that something is not right.
Our Sunita is one of the most warm-hearted people I ever came across. She came to Shanti as a young girl, and whenever I really had a serious problem with somebody who suffered a lot, I would ask her to help.
I never want to leave Shanti. I was only 13 when I came to Shanti. And now I'm 45. This is where I want to die, give everything, and stay till my last breath. Thank you so much, Shanti, ma'am. If it were not for you, we wouldn't have been what we are today.
We want our children that they always feel we are one family and Shanti is our home. And they can always come back to us so that we can guide them and become part of their family lives. So that I will see their children and be happy about the grandchildren that we have. And this is happening. And there are all these stories of the children who have understood Shanti is not an orphanage. Shanti is a family. And I belong to this family.